Welcome back to the channel. Woodley here. Part 2 of the retaining wall project that we're on here. As you saw in the video the other day, we've begun the excavation on the upper wall. This is going to be a 4.5-foot wall into the hillside. We have a stepped foundation. We're doing this to place some HVAC material. I want to show you in this video today what I think we did right, how we reinforced it to account for the driveway above. And one of the things that I wish I had done differently, and then how I want back to fix that issue. I've got my friend Frank helping me today. Frank helped me build the lower 3-foot wall. He's a warrior and a champion in his 70s. He's had a knee replacement, but he can work with the best of them. I joke with him that he looks like Sylvester Stallone's stunt double in training for Rocky 7 because the sun was beating down on us all day, but we were able to go through a lot of water. And so let's get kind of into this, show you the process. In this phase here, we're checking that the mark we have is level with the wall in front of it. We want that to be level because we're going to be mounting an air source heat pump that is a ground mount unit, and we want a level space for that. And then that's going to become the top of our base layer. So we're digging down. We want to dig down at least 12 inches. In this case, we went down quite a bit more, and we put in a stone base of approximately 10 inches, and then we have a row of block that's going to go in below that for our base layer, and that row down there will be locked in the ground, and then we're going to come up 4.5 feet above that. So doing a little bit of measuring, a little bit of thinking and talking, make sure we understand kind of how the plan of action is going to go. You see here the trench that we have dug out. And you also see how we've gone 3 feet back from the front of the block. That's where our geogrid is going to go in, and we'll see how that works to hold the wall back into the hillside from any pressure that would want to push it out. All right, so we're working on this wall, and we've got about 10 to 12 inches of our base layer packed down here. Got Frank and John helping me today. We've got our buried layer of the Versaloc below this, and now we are laying a 4-inch perforated drain pipe. We're going to bring it up here. We can run our gutter system into it. It's going to come down, run at the base of this wall, and so we're just making a sloped channel to come down here and connect into the first drain pipe on the other wall. And we're getting rid of some of these larger stones that are in here so we don't have those in the backfill and they don't heave when we have some frost going on. So this is geogrid. We've got it laid down here. We wanted to go 3 feet back. This is a grade 3 geogrid. I'm not exactly sure what the difference in the grade is, but what this is going to do is as we backfill, it will anchor that wall back in. So this will get sandwiched between these layers and go back in, and we're going to run 3 courses of this geogrid as we work our way up. So if I go back, you think you can anchor it there? Give it a go. You want it lower? Try that. Okay, towards you. Up. So, pallet stuff, a little tricky. Hard to see, get things in. Trying to keep the weight closer to the tractor. I almost tipped the tractor earlier today. Going into this one spot, wasn't square, had a lot on it. My driver's side tire came up off the ground. So we've just sort of weighted the pallet heavy on one side and you know, definitely put less on it. Clear. No damage. That's a win. You're looking at the wall here. This is the upper wall, lower wall, and we finished up the day yesterday and the evening, and I wasn't really happy with what was happening on the back side of this. At the time, we just had a waterfall of stone coming down here. And over here we have that, and it's not so much of an issue. Here you see the drain pipe. There's another drain pipe on this lower wall, and then we're gonna connect them in a Y there, and then I've got to run that out. But yeah, so with this idea here, I liked the step down because I didn't need a long flat surface up there. The goal was to create space here to set a heat pump and to create space up here to set a generator. So saving some block by doing it this way, but then running into the issue of not having what's needed on the back side of this from holding all of the stone that is up in there. And our base layer, just so you know, is half-inch stone up until about probably 2 feet up the wall, probably 3 feet up the wall. And then we ran out of that, and then I had 3/4 inch round stone, which is not ideal. You would rather have crushed stone because it compacts better, but you know, we're going with what we got. So what I've been doing today, I came back this morning, and what I've been working on today is putting in this kind of staircase that's going to go on the back. That's going to help hold all of that stone up on the upper side, and then it's going to hold this material here as well. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but not horrible. I've used this sheet of zip here, and I just drive some rebar down and then make a dam so I can get the stone back enough to go in here. And what I've been doing, there's all stone underneath here, except for as we start to go in here, I'm just kind of ending this into the hillside. Underneath here, there's another block that's fully covered there. And I've been putting rebar down through these about 3 feet lengths. We have a bunch left over from our foundation work. So I have like 3 and 4 foot length. So at the bottom here, I put 2 rebar in these ones, and as I'm getting up here, I'm just going to put 1 in. So that's kind of, it's working out well. I wish I had thought of this before. It would have been much easier to have placed this as we stepped our way up, but you know, thankfully it's not too bad to go back and get it. features with the Versaloc is that you can flip it over. The other side has a groove in it that holds the blocks in alignment with their plastic pin system. But here, using it for this, you can flip it over in that way. Now, I have the same center seam running all the way down on this. Maybe it's better to overlap that. Probably it is, but I'm not going to worry about that in this case. Here's a final look at the upper portion of this two-tier retaining wall with these steps that we put in back here. And the learning is I should have done those at the start and should have planned for it there. But it's I think a serviceable retrofit for it. But I've got one more issue. Not going to get to it today, but let me show you. Now on the lower wall, when I was running this down, I didn't take the time to get this pipe properly in place. And then we ended up pushing a lot of that stone down, kind of waterfall. And essentially I have the same issue down here that I have up there, although not as significant. But what I don't really want is I don't want this pipe to be exposed, and I don't have it deep enough right now to be able to get stone on top of it. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, and it's not, I got some more important things to get done first, is I'm going to dig into this hillside a little bit here so that I can run that pipe, kind of divert it to come back, and then set a set of steps in here just to help keep that stone back there. But I'll step back and give you the kind of overall picture of it here. Looks pretty good. I think structurally things are really sound. So we've got a lot of drainage stone. So I think that from that standpoint, things should hold and not move around. It feels very solid to be on it. So time will tell. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.